Look at all the cakes I baked. Milo, what are you doing? I just spent ages making those cakes.
I'm the cake eater!
Cake eater? Oh, do you mean that horror character, the train eater, Milo?
Train eater? Who would want to eat trains when cakes are so much yummier? A train eater must be pretty scary though.
Do you know what's scarier than a train eater, Milo? A train eater worm.
Oh my goodness, that does sound really scary! I'm the king of scary stuff though, so I would never be scared of that.
You're a big chicken, Milo. I bet it would scare you.
I'm a bird actually, and I'll take on that challenge.
Okay, Milo, my build is gonna scare your feathers off. My brother Milo has challenged me to a noob versus pro train eater worm build battle. Who can build the scariest train eater ever? And what happens when my build comes to life? I'm going to build a train eater coming out of the ground like a worm. And first, I'm gonna need to make a big hole where the train eater can come out of the ground. Next, we're gonna need to build some train tracks. And for that, I think we need some anvils and maybe some trapdoors. Not to mention, we definitely need some more spruce stripped logs. These are gonna look so good as train tracks. I'm actually really excited. We need to make sure we build the train tracks going down into the hole because out of this hole is where the train eater worm will come. This is going to be so terrifying. I cannot wait to see how this ends up looking. Okay, this is pretty good. Now I think we need to build the second train track. I reckon over here. Yep, this is already looking great. Wow. Hey, Milo.
Yeah, what's up?
What are you building? I'm so excited for you to see mine, but I realize I have no idea what you're making.
I'm actually just building a train eater worm.
Wait, what? Milo, I'm building the same thing.
Yeah, well, I think that my train eater worm is going to be the most terrifying thing you've ever seen in your whole life.
No way, Milo. Mine's gonna be way scarier than yours. Your train eater worm is probably gonna be pretty silly. I feel like you might get it mixed up and accidentally have the train eating the worm instead of the correct way, which is the worm eating the train.
Well, who said there's even gonna be a train?
Milo, you can't build a train eater worm without a train. That's just silly.
What if I had a train eater worm and a cake?
What? Milo, that would be a cake eater worm, and that would be really annoying, but it wouldn't be scary.
No, Chip, you don't understand my creativity.
Okay, maybe I don't, but Milo, I'm really excited for you to see my build. I'm already adding the gravel underneath the train tracks. Soon, I'll be able to make the train tracks that the train will be able to drive on. This is so exciting. I do not think I've made a build this incredible in a while, and this is already going so well. Now, I'm gonna place my anvils like this along the gravel, and oh my gosh, it looks so silly right now, but anvils are actually one of the strongest blocks in the game. There are 3 iron blocks and 4 iron ore inside of every single anvil. That's important because this train track needs to be really sturdy to survive the train eater worm. And I think the train track might be able to survive, but the train itself just might not be. This is so exciting. Now I'm gonna place down some spruce trapdoors just like this. They need to look like actual train tracks when combined with the anvils. And okay, this is already looking really, really good, especially with the gravel. I'm really, really liking this build so far, but we need to make sure this train track goes a little further. There's no space to build a train on it right now, let alone a train eater worm. Oh boy, this could go really bad. We need to get this done.
Chip?
What is it, Milo?
You know how I said I wasn't even a scaredy boy?
Yeah, Milo, I do remember that, but what do you mean?
My train eater worm is getting so scary right now that even I'm getting scared of it.
Milo, you are a scaredy boy. You get scared of so many things, even your own build.
No, I don't. I'm just saying that it's actually extra scary this time because I want to beat you at this competition.
Oh my goodness, Milo, if you manage to make your build so scary that it can actually beat me, I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh my gosh, I need to really hurry and make sure my build is perfect. Now I need to get started on making these train carriages. First, I think we should probably make the wheels. These wheels are going to need to be really, really big if they're gonna fit on this carriage. Oh my goodness, I'll make one right here. I'll even use blackstone to make these wheels. And hey, we can even have an iron rod running through them. This makes them look just like real working train wheels. Oh my goodness, this is really exciting. I wonder what stuff we can put inside these carriages. I've actually got a pretty good idea, but I don't want to say it just yet. This needs to stay a surprise. Otherwise, it would probably spoil things. Here we go. Now we'll make the back end of the carriage like this, and we'll need to add wheels on the back here too. This kind of looks looks a bit like a car, or at least the bottom side of a car. Oh my goodness, what if I accidentally make a car-eater worm? That would be so embarrassing, and it would not be the point of this build battle. Then it wouldn't even be scary, because if there's a worm that eats cars, you could just drive away. The thing that's scary about a train-eater worm is you're locked on the tracks. If the train-eater worm is in front of you, you literally can't move. It is really, really scary, so we need to make sure we channel that scary energy into our build. Otherwise, we won't have a very good time winning at all. Now, on the carriage, we need to leave a little bit of a gap in the middle. I kind of like these blue colors and the red and yellow colors for this carriage. Oh my goodness, this already looks so good. We'll make sure the carriage dips down here in the middle. That way, we'll be able to add a little yellow dot in the center. Oh my goodness, let's add the yellow dot right here. Wow, this looks so cool. I actually really like this carriage design a lot. Oh my goodness, now we'll make a nice little yellow plus like this, and we'll make the red go up there like that. Wow, this kind of looks like a medical carriage. Oh my goodness, imagine if this was an ambulance train and the train-eater worm just came up and ate it. That would be so crazy. I cannot believe this, but Milo, I bet your cake-eater worm is looking so silly right now.
Oh yeah, if silly equals crazy terrifying, then sure, buddy.
Milo, silly does not equal crazy terrifying. Silly equals silly. Everybody knows that.
Well, I'm just putting all the eyeballs on my train-eater worm. Did you know the train-eater worm has 30 eyeballs?
What? That's crazy. I knew it had lots, but I did not realize it was that many.
Yeah, it's a lot, and now I really wish I had 30 eyeballs as well.
What? No, Milo, having 30 eyeballs would be terrible, especially if it means you have to be a train-eater worm.
Yeah, but then you could see everything.
Well, no, Milo, the train-eater worm's eyeballs are only on its sides. They actually look so silly, and besides, you do not want to be a train-eater worm. Train-eater worms are so scary, and everybody's terrified of them.
Well, if I lose this competition, maybe I will become a train-eater worm.
Oh my goodness, are you worried that I might beat you so badly that you have to become a train-eater worm just to live out your life in shame?
What? No, that's not what I was saying.
Oh, sorry, Milo. What were you saying?
I was just saying that if I lose this competition, I might become a scary guy.
Oh, yeah, I had a feeling. Milo, if you lose this competition, you will probably lose your mind. Oh, my goodness. My train carriage goes pretty far back, but uh-oh. That means the train is getting really close to the pit where the train-eater worm will be coming out of. Oh, my goodness. This is so crazy. I'm already building my train a bit, but I'm getting so scared. When I build this train-eater worm, I'm not going to want to go near the back of my build at all because I will be too terrified. This is already so exciting. And now I need to build this next carriage, but I'm going to give it a slightly different design. This carriage will be a carriage where actual passengers can go on. The first carriage could just be a little coal carrying carriage. That's really fun to say, but I think the coal carrying carriage could just carry coal. The passenger carriage will carry passengers away from the train worm, at least until the train eater worm catches up. Oh boy, this is already getting really, really scary, and I haven't even built the worm yet. This is going really great though. I'm so excited.
Yeah?
What is it, Milo?
I need some Big Brother advice.
Oh my gosh, okay, I can totally give you that. What do you need?
Well, I'm just building the cake, but I don't know what flavor to make it. What's your favorite flavor?
Oh my gosh, Milo, thanks for asking. I definitely have a favorite flavor of cake, and that's a cookie cake, of course.
Oh, well, I'm definitely not building that.
Wait, what? Milo, you just asked my favorite flavor, and you're not even gonna build it?
Nope, I'm gonna build like a blueberry type thing.
Oh, okay, that actually doesn't sound too bad. I don't mind blueberry cakes at all.
Well, good, because that's what's gonna be served up onto Milo's side.
Oh my gosh, that's really exciting, but wait a minute, Milo, you're still just building cake?
Yeah, it's a cake and a worm. It's a really good idea for my brain.
Milo, every worm wants to eat cake. Cake is delicious. There's no such thing as an evil cake eater worm. Every worm would like it.
I'm telling you, this is the evil train-eating, cake-eating worm.
Wait, it can eat trains too? Oh my gosh, Milo, your worm is eating everything.
Yeah, it's the everything worm.
Okay, that actually sounds pretty scary. I'm not gonna lie, but oh my goodness, Milo, I've already made my 2 carriages, but I cannot wait for you to see who is being eaten by the train eater worm on my train.
Wait, what do you mean who?
Oh, you'll see, Milo. You'll definitely see. The reason I am so excited is because the train I am building is going to be Thomas the Tank Engine. I'm not going to tell Milo, but he will need to figure out who the train is being eaten, and I'm going to make that really easy. My Thomas the Tank Engine train build is going to look incredible. I'll need to make a big red section just here, and it'll need to come towards the front like this. Whoa, this is already looking really similar to the real Thomas the Tank Engine. I'll need to build the red going up slightly like that, and oh my goodness, Thomas the Tank Engine is going to be eaten by the train eater worm. That is so scary. Poor Thomas. I kind of hate to be doing this to him, but it's okay. I'm sure this will really, really look cool when, well, Thomas might do something very interesting towards the end. I'll need to work really hard to make sure it works, though. Otherwise, it will just completely flop and be very, very embarrassing. Then I'll definitely lose, because if it's embarrassing and doesn't work, it won't be scary at all. Uh-oh, that could be really, really bad. I do not know what Milo will do if he wins, but it'll almost definitely be really, really embarrassing for me. Okay, this is looking pretty cool, but now I need to add these little buffers. These actually help Thomas the Tank Engine stop whenever he gets really close to the end of the track. Okay, this is looking really cool. Now I need to make the little white section that just comes off the back of this. Okay, this is looking really cool. Wow, I'm very happy with how this is turning out, but we're gonna need a couple more materials. Let's get some white carpets and just put them here. Okay, this is looking great. I'm already so happy with this build. Wow, I did not think I was gonna like this build this much already, but I totally am. Now, we need to add some even more red concrete like this. Then on the edge, instead of having a quartz block here, we need to put a white carpet like that. Instead of a quartz slab as well, we need to grab some quartz stairs. We need to make sure that they are still smooth quartz stairs though. Otherwise, it'll look ridiculous and it won't match the rest of the build. Okay, now that this is looking so amazing, we need to add a little bit more here. I'm thinking we now add the blue wheels. Whoa, I cannot believe we're already onto making Thomas the Tank Engine's wheels. This is going so well. Here we go. We'll make one wheel kind of near the front here like this. We'll need to grab some blue stairs to try and make them round, and wait a second. This is perfect. We'll get light blue concrete stairs just like this. We'll make sure we place them this way. Oh, wow. This is looking amazing. I'm so happy with these wheels at the moment. Oh yeah, that looks perfect. Now we just need to add 3 more, or at least 2 more on this side and 3 more on the other side. Thomas the Tank Engine has 6 wheels and they're pretty big. We've got to make sure we do this absolutely right. Otherwise, Thomas the Tank Engine won't be able to move, and that'll be a pretty important part of my build. This train needs to actually work as a real train. Otherwise, I would be really embarrassed and we would totally fail at our goal of making this the most epic build ever.
Wow, my arms are really sore.
Wait, what? Milo, you've only been building for a little bit and your arms are already sore?
Not from the building. I've been building a lot of test cakes to see which one is the best one for my build.
Oh my gosh, Milo, if you're just building test cakes, you might as well just open a bakery and give up the competition now.
I'm gonna get the best cake possible for this whole thing, and I kind of have been eating them as well.
Wait, what? Milo, you've been eating the cakes as you're building them?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh my gosh, Milo, it's cake eater worm, not cake eating bird.
Well, I'm trying my best to concentrate, but these cakes are just so delicious.
Oh my goodness, Milo, that's so silly. You're gonna need to focus up if you want to beat me on this thing. Otherwise, I'm gonna win because you won't even have a build.
Okay, fine, I'm gonna lock in.
Okay, Milo, good luck with that. If you can even lock in the first place now that you're so full of all the cake.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird situation.
Yeah, Milo, I got that as well. Oh my goodness, this is so funny. Now I'm gonna add little white quartz stair bits to the back of my Thomas the Tank Engine build like that. Thomas the Tank Engine is actually square at the back part of this build. Okay, here we go. Now we'll need to make sure we add the red just like we did before. Oh yeah, this is looking really good so far, but we're gonna need to make sure we build the body of Thomas the Tank Engine a lot better. Otherwise, it will just look so silly and really bad. Thomas the Tank Engine looks very, very specific, so if I get this wrong, I will not build Thomas. I'll build some other train and that'll just be weird. Okay, this is looking pretty good, but I think we need to make it come towards the front a little more. Thomas the Tank Engine kind of goes about to here, I think. Yeah, that's great. Now we'll make sure we add the concrete going around like this. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe we're already making this. This is going so incredibly well right now. We'll also add some more light blue concrete stairs like this. Thomas the Tank Engine has a little bit of a round bit at the very front, then it goes slightly in like this. Oh my goodness, we're building in so much detail right now. I cannot believe we get to build Thomas the Tank Engine like this. Luckily, we're also doing really well on time. That means I can do this. This is so cool. I'll make sure we build Thomas the Tank Engine's exact shape. We're gonna make this the most perfect looking Thomas the Tank Engine that has ever been made. That's gonna be such an honor. Maybe Thomas the Tank Engine will come to life before I'm even done because it'll look so realistic. I think we'll still need to try everything we can to make it come to life in the end though. Otherwise, if he doesn't, that That would be really, really bad. He would not be able to escape the train eater worm if he can't come to life. Oh my goodness, I cannot be the person who single-handedly dooms Thomas the Tank Engine. That would be so bad. I would be really, really sad, and I would probably never forgive myself, actually. Okay, this is looking really, really good. I'll make Thomas a little bit taller. I'll make him just one block taller in the back here. That way there's more space to add more decorations on him. Thomas also has a big number 1 written on the side of him. I think we'll write it just here. Here we go. We'll write the number 1 just like this. Oh my goodness, this is so cool. This is really accurate because Thomas the Tank Engine is totally number 1. Now, the very, very important part is here. We get to build it right now. We need to make sure we build the other side of Thomas going over the front just like we built the other side because this needs to be stable enough to support Thomas's head. We've got to make Thomas's head coming out of the front, but we need to use blackstone. Blackstone is very important because it's the color that Thomas's head is surrounded with. Here we go. We'll make sure the stairs are like this. Then we'll just build it a round shape coming out the front. Wow, I cannot believe we're already on to making the head of Thomas the Tank Engine. This is so exciting, and it's going so quickly. Wow, Milo, you're probably not going to finish by the time I'm done.
Yeah, well, I'm doing really good right now.
What? No way, Milo. I have a feeling I'm doing a bit better, but oh my gosh, wait, I've made the face too small. Uh-oh, I need to make Thomas's face a little bit bigger. Otherwise, this could look really, really bad. Oh no, I cannot lose this competition because I made that face too small. That's so embarrassing. Let's make it slightly bigger by going down like this. The more space we add to Thomas the Tank Engine's face, the bigger we can make it, and the more smiley and happy we can make his expression. Or maybe instead of a happy smiling expression, we can make him totally terrified. That will make our build even scarier because Thomas would be scared running away from the train eater worm. If I was running away from a worm that ate the thing I was made of, I would be pretty terrified, honestly. Okay, yep, that settles it. We need to make sure that we make Thomas really, really scared looking, but we'll need to try very hard to do it. First, we'll need to make sure we complete his actual body. Here, we'll make his little steam whistle going up just like this. Okay, I think that looks really good. Now we'll need to make sure we add more of the polished blackstone stairs too. Oh my goodness, this is coming together so well. I actually can't believe it. I'm so excited to see how this turns out, but first we really need to work on the sides as well. Thomas the Tank Engine has an extra little bit up the back here that kind of goes over the top. Here we go. We'll make sure we build it like this. Okay, this is already looking really, really realistic, just like the actual Thomas the Tank Engine does. All right, here we go. Now we'll make sure we add these other blocks like this. Oh yeah, this is looking really, really promising. I'm so excited about this. We'll add more blocks to the roof because the roof does need to come to a stop at some point. Otherwise, it would just keep going and it would not look very good. All right, this is looking absolutely incredible. Now we'll add the little golden rings that Thomas does have on the sides, but we don't have a lot of space for the rings. That means we'll just have to add little dots here. Okay, this is not exactly looking accurate, but oh, that looks really cool. It actually looks like there's a face in that. Wow, it looks a little bit like a frog. Oh my gosh. Okay, we need to make sure we build the rest of him looking a little bit less like a frog. What is it, Milo? Please tell me your build is not looking like a frog.
No, it's not looking like a frog. Although it's weird that you said that, but I have another concern.
Oh, what's your concern, Milo?
Well, have you actually seen the train eater worm in real life?
Maybe. I don't think I have. He's pretty mysterious, and I don't spend a lot of time around trains, so I wouldn't really know what he looks like exactly.
Well, it's just that I saw a really scary video on the internet of the train eater worm.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Milo, I've seen those videos too. That's the only time I've ever seen the train eater worm because he is so mysterious and really hard to catch.
Yeah, and if I ever saw him in real life, I'd probably shout at him.
What? No, Milo, you can't shout at the train eater worm. That would draw attention to yourself. It would probably make you a really big target, and he might even make his way towards you.
Oh no, that's actually terrifying. I've got to come up with a plan of what I would do if I ever saw the train eater in real life.
Yeah, me too. I actually don't even know what I would do. I would probably try and run, or I'd just get off the train tracks, actually. Unfortunately, for the build that I'm making, he could not leave the train tracks because he's a train. He's actually stuck on them. Oh boy, my poor train. He is not gonna like this at all. And the best part is, Milo, you still have no idea what train I'm building right now.
Yeah, it's probably a silly train, like something like the crashing train.
What? Milo, who is the crashing train?
He's a guy that I know.
Milo, why do you know a guy called the crashing train? That's crazy.
Yeah, he's It's just a silly train that's always crashing into things.
Yeah, that sounds terrible, but Milo, the train I am building is actually one of the most best and famous trains of all time. You're never going to be able to guess, but I'm going to make him look absolutely terrified. He's really going to look like he is running from the train eater worm. Oh my goodness, this is going to look so good.
Chip, I'm putting Nutella in my cake.
Wait, what? Oh my goodness, I forgot you were building a cake for a second. Milo, why are you putting Nutella in it?
Well, because anything that has Nutella in it, I will eat.
Yeah, Milo, I know that. You always eat Nutella. It's so crazy. You get it all over my floors as well.
I love Nutella!
Yeah, Milo, I had a feeling you liked Nutella. Oh my goodness. I also have a really good feeling that my train that I'm building right now does not like the train eater worm at all. He actually hates him so much. He's really terrified, and oh my goodness, I'm gonna give my train eyes here like this, and oh, he looks really scared actually. I'll move the eyes a little bit upwards. That way I can add even more space for a crazy expression on the train's mouth. Okay, this is looking pretty good right now. There's still more I need to add though. Okay, I'll add more slabs here just like this, and then I'll need to make sure my train is really scared looking. Let me grab some smooth quartz stairs so that I can start making the outline of this train's mouth. Oh my goodness, this poor train, he's gonna look absolutely terrified. I feel so bad for making Thomas the Tank Engine look so scared, but I would be pretty scared too if I was running from an evil train-eating worm that was trying to get me. Oh my goodness, okay, I'll add more stairs here like this, then I'll need to make sure I add the stairs going upside down like that. Oh my goodness, it looks like Thomas is screaming. Okay, yep, this is definitely looking kind of funny, but kind of terrifying. Now I'm gonna add pink concrete here, otherwise you'd be able to see inside Thomas's mouth and into his face, which would just look really silly. Okay, this looks really good. Maybe instead of quartz, I can grab some snow blocks because they look even brighter than the quartz. That will help make sure these actually look like Thomas's eyes. Oh yeah, this looks really terrifying. Poor Thomas, running away from the train eater worm. I would not want to do that at all. I am really happy with how this is turning out, and I think you might want to stick around until later because I'm going to make this Thomas the Tank Engine come to life. I wonder if Milo's doing anything crazy like that. Actually, I wonder how Milo's doing at all. Oh my goodness, I think I need to use my secret plan. I actually have a camera system set up so I can just check on Milo using my monitors. Okay, camera number 1 is looking, wow, right at Milo's build. This looks crazy. Oh my gosh, is that his train eater worm? Oh no, I guess it's a cake eater worm. And wait a minute, is that Milo lying on the ground with half-eaten cakes everywhere?
I'm so full, but these cakes taste so good!
Oh my goodness, that's so funny. Milo's not going to be any competition for me at all. He is eating his own build. Oh my goodness, I don't even think we need to check on the rest of Milo's build. I'm just going to put this camera away and keep building my own. Now that we've built Thomas, checked on Milo, and made the rails and the little hole, I think it is time to make the star of the show. We are going to start building the train eater worm, and we're going to need some pink concrete, some red concrete, as well as some other blocks. This is going to turn out so incredibly well. I am really excited. We're also going to need some more snow blocks, and instead of little buttons for the eyes, we're also going to need full blackstone blocks. This train eater worm is going to be huge. Let's start making him right here. We'll need to make him incredibly very large. That's because there's also going to be an inside to my train eater worm. It will have a whole area that goes really far down. It'll even have parkour and stuff inside. That's really scary for Milo. Milo does not like parkour at all. It's mostly because he's not exactly very good at parkour, but it's also totally terrifying for him. The parkour is going to be really scary, and it'll even be train eater worm themed, so Milo will not be able to escape from the train worm no matter where he goes in this build. Oh my goodness, now we'll make the end of this cylinder shape go all the way around like that. Okay, we'll need to make sure that the train eater worm is long enough to actually eat the tracks. That way, Thomas will be able to go inside the train eater worm and not just sort of fall out of the side of his mouth or like not be able to make his way in. Then that would just be silly, and I would totally lose the competition. If that happened, Milo would laugh instead of scream at this build. Oh my goodness, we can't have Milo laughing at us. That would be so embarrassing. No way, we are not about to let that happen. Instead, we need to make Milo so scared he never wants to see another train again. Okay, that might be a little bit hard, but it's also Milo, so it could totally happen. All right, this is looking like a pretty good shape. Now we'll need to remove some of these concrete blocks here and start making this go all the way way up. This shape needs to reach high into the sky if it's going to be able to scare Milo. All right, this is looking pretty good. We'll make it even taller though. It needs to swallow all of Thomas the Tank Engine. Thomas the Tank Engine is a pretty big train actually, so we've got to make sure this goes really, really high up. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Now we'll just make it even taller like this. Oh yeah, that'll definitely be tall enough. We'll even add extra height up the top of it like this. Oh wow, I cannot believe we're making something this terrifying. Now that we've made this so high up, we need to make sure we start curving it around. Otherwise, it will not be a train eater worm shape. It'll just be a random pink thing, which we did not really mean to build. All right, here we go. This is about to look so good. Let's start evening out this concrete like this. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now we'll need to make sure we make little changes like that, and we can start building our shape going around. This is the mouth area of the train eater worm. We will not give the train eater worm any facial expression just yet. For now, we are just going to need to make the mouth as big as possible, and wow, that is looking very, very big. Oh my goodness, but wait a minute. What's the point of having a really, really big mouth if it can't fit anything anywhere? Oh my goodness, we are really going to need to make the body of the train worm first. Otherwise, it will just look really silly and bad. I think this train eater worm body can also extend directly downwards. That way we'll be able to make all the parkour inside and maybe even some crazy room as well. Milo needs to be terrified by this build because it needs to prove he is a lot more of a scaredy cat than me. I'm not a scaredy cat at all. I'm so confident and I never get scared by anything. I'm way too cool. Oh yeah, I have a really good feeling about this. Yeah, I'm thinking this goes down far enough. This is great. I cannot believe we've already made so much of this incredible train eater worm. Now we'll definitely need to make the sides, and oh boy, this could be a really big challenge. This is gonna be a huge thing to build. Oh boy, I really hope it doesn't take us too long. Otherwise, Milo's gonna get very impatient, and when Milo gets impatient, he gets very crazy. Milo's gonna start demanding that we end the competition sooner because he's the one that's already finished. We cannot let that happen. That means we need to go incredibly speedy on this, and I have a very cool way of doing that. By building only small sections of this train eater worm, we can make sure that we can fill in the rest really easily. This is going to be a really cool trick. I cannot wait to test this out. I just really hope it actually works. If it doesn't, I will be so embarrassed and really, really worried that Milo might stand a chance to win this thing. Oh boy, my train eater worm needs to be better than his cake eater worm. I could stand losing this competition, but not to a cake eater worm. Cake eater worms are not scary. There's actually nothing scary about them at all. If my incredible, insane, and terrifying looking train eater worm lost to a cake worm, I would totally lose my mind, just like how Milo loses his mind a lot. Alright, this needs to be the best train eating worm I have ever made. Luckily, it is the first train eating worm I've ever made, so we already have a huge advantage there. Now we need to fill each section of this train eater worm like this. Okay, this is already looking pretty cool. It's a little bit difficult to see the vision, but do not worry. This vision is gonna look absolutely great when it is all done. Okay, we've already added each section. Now, if we keep building them like this, we should have an entire section of the train worm complete in no time. Then we'll be able to fill it with the most insane things inside, like crazy parkour, super cool other things. Oh yeah, this is already looking awesome. There's no way I lose this competition. No way at all. It is simply not possible. Not in a million years. Except we don't exactly have a million years to build this thing. I don't even know how much time we have. Me and Milo didn't even talk about a time limit. This means that at any moment, Milo could totally demand that I finish. Uh-oh, we cannot let Milo have that advantage. Then he'd be able to judge a non-completed train worm, and that wouldn't be scary at all. It would instantly be a losing decision for me, and oh boy, we need to make sure that does not happen at all.
Oh boy, business is booming!
Business is booming? Oh my gosh, Milo, please don't tell me that means you're making really good progress on your train.
Yep, that's exactly what it means. Well, my train's kind of complete. I'm now working on my little cake situation.
Oh my gosh, wait, you're still getting distracted by your cake situation?
Chip, you're gonna regret saying that when you see how amazing my cake is.
Milo, I don't think I'm gonna regret that at all. This is really good for me. The longer you're distracted, the more time I have to build my train eating worm.
All I have to do now is find some people to work here.
What? Oh my gosh, Milo, nobody's gonna want to work at a cake that's being eaten by a worm.
Well, we'll see about that.
Oh my gosh, Milo, I'm really, really worried. Please tell me you're not gonna do something crazy.
Well, I'm not gonna make any guarantees, but all I'm saying is I'm gonna be calling up some of my villager friends.
What? Milo, your poor villager friends, they're not gonna want to work here inside a train or a cake that's being eaten by a worm.
I'll see about that.
Oh my gosh, Milo, you're in for some bad news.
What's that?
What? Milo, the bad news is that nobody's gonna want to work at your train.
Well, then tell me why I've got 3 villager friends walking in right now.
Wait, what? Milo, villagers are already walking into your train?
No, into my cake, silly!
Wait, what? They're working inside of a cake, but wait, if they're inside the cake, what are they selling?
Okay!
Milo, are they selling the shop that they're inside of?
No, you're gonna have to wait to find out because you clearly don't understand my genius brain.
Yeah, Milo, I do not understand your brain at all. I don't know if it's genius, but I certainly do not understand it.
Chip, what do you think the train-eating worm's problem even is?
I don't know, maybe it's just hungry. Everything needs to eat, and I guess if you're a worm that goes on train tracks, trains are kind of the perfect snack.
Yeah, but actually cakes are a way better snack. Why isn't he just eating the cakes instead of the train?
I don't know, maybe your cake is gonna be so good that the train-eating worm stops eating trains and just starts eating cake instead.
Wow, that is my new goal!
What? But Milo, if you manage to do that, then my build will instantly not be scary anymore because the train eater worm won't even want to eat my train that I'm building.
Yeah, well, that's actually so good for me.
Yeah, it would be really good for you. Oh my gosh, Milo, please don't cancel out my build by making a cake so good that the train eater worm stops eating trains and starts eating cakes instead.
Only if you ask nicely.
I did just ask nicely, Milo. I said please, and I said the whole thing in full detail.
I was just kidding. I don't care if you ask nicely. I'm still gonna win.
Oh my gosh, Milo, you're so crazy and really competitive. Oh my goodness, Milo, even if you're in the ultimate competitive mode, I'm still gonna beat you because I can be even more competitive than you can.
Wow, I've got chefs in the kitchen now.
Oh my goodness, they're already cooking?
Yeah, that's right. They've even got the chef hat.
Oh my goodness, but Milo, you seem to have forgotten one very important thing.
What's that?
It's not just your villagers who can cook. I'm cooking up something as well.
What are you cooking?
Well, I'm not exactly cooking a meal for you. I'm cooking a giant meal for my train-eating worm because it is very much going to enjoy eating the train I have prepared for it.
I've really been thinking about what kind of train you could be building, and I just can't figure it out.
Yeah, it's a pretty mysterious one. I do not think you could have guessed it, even if you had 1,000 tries.
Well, I bet I could guess it because I know a lot of trains.
Okay, Milo, you can get one guess now, and if you get it, then I'll totally give up the competition, and you can win instantly.
All right, give me 1 second to think.
Okay, oh my gosh, I really hope you do not guess this right, because if you do, I could totally lose instantly.
Is it the gravy train?
What, Milo, what's a gravy train?
It's like from the movie The Coraline.
Oh my gosh, Milo, no, it is not from a movie, although it is from somewhere. You are not going to be able to guess it. Okay, now that you've gotten it wrong, that means I can still keep building.
Oh, man, I better build twice as good now.
Yeah, you really better. Oh my goodness, this is already looking insane. Now, I just need to repeat this build on the other side, but I can do that instantly. Then we need to make the inside of my parkour. Wow, that is looking amazing. Now the parkour needs to come real quick, otherwise I won't have enough time. And oh my gosh, wait, I've just come up with a great idea for a parkour. We'll need to add little train tracks in here. That is what Milo will need to jump on because of course we're inside a train-eating worm. Of course it would have train tracks everywhere because of all the snacks it's been eating. Oh, this is great. If Milo does not manage to run on these train tracks for the parkour, he will not be able to leave this train-eater worm, and I know that would terrify him. Oh my goodness, this is already looking crazy. Here we go. Look at that. Wow. Imagine jumping on real train tracks. I would be terrified. Here we go. Milo's gonna have to venture deep into this train-eating worm to see all of its secrets, but those secrets will not be done if we can't complete them in time. Oh boy, we better hurry. We better hurry real fast. I'm adding crimson logs here because they look really terrifying. They look like a crazy similar color to the actual inside of a worm. Here we go. We'll break the logs that do not have space, and oh my goodness, this looks crazy. I would not want to be doing this parkour if I was Milo, but sadly for him, he does not exactly have much of a choice. We'll also add some really hard jumps in here just like this, and oh my goodness, Milo would struggle to do these. He also needs to be careful because some of these train tracks will have gaps underneath that if he is not careful, he will fall through. Oh my goodness, poor Milo, he has no idea what he's up against. I'll make sure that these are at least possible though. I will add some gaps though. If Milo falls down these, then I guess that's his own fault. He needs to be really careful looking where he's going for this train-eating worm parkour. Okay, this is looking pretty good so far, but oh my gosh, I need to make sure it's actually possible to get up. Otherwise, it's not just parkour, it's just mean. I'm a little bit crazy, but I'm not mean to Milo. That would be so sad. Here we go. We're adding more bits to the train-eating worm parkour like that, and we're gonna add another train track that goes maybe over there. Yep, that's looking really good. This one is a little too sharp of a turn. It needs to connect to the wall, but okay, luckily I think it totally can. Maybe we'll just extend the train-eating worm just slightly outwards like that. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. me. I think this still looks really good. Oh boy, Milo's gonna have to get really good at jumping if he wants to make it out of this train-eating worm alive. Oh my goodness. Okay, then Milo will have to jump up here and run onto the train tracks. Yes, this is great. I cannot believe this. And hey, there's an anvil here. Wow, I did not realize I put that there. This is looking so incredible right now. But we only have 5 minutes left.
Yep, that's right. 5 minutes left to build your train-eating situation.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe the time has gone so fast. But with everything I put into my build, I am very confident I can win.
Well, I'm so confident that I will bet my whole life savings that I have the best build.
Oh my gosh, what? But Milo, you don't make those choices just for nothing. What's in it for you if you win?
Well, if I win, I get to build a house-eating worm that is eating your house.
Oh my gosh, what? No way, Milo. I'm not gonna let you win. This is gonna go great for me. You'll just see. Now, I'm gonna start building the inside of my train eater worm, and we need to go fast because there's not a lot of time left. I need to make sure I build the actual teeth because right now there's no teeth on my train eater worm and it does not exactly look scary enough. The train eater worm's teeth look kind of like human teeth. It almost looks like a human that has been turned into a giant train-eating wormy monster. People often ask, would you still love me if I was a worm? But if you were this worm, I would not love anybody. Oh my gosh. Okay, this looks insane. Now we'll destroy a couple of these little gummy blocks and then behind them, we're gonna need to add in the teeth. Oh my goodness, these teeth will sort of look like human teeth, but some of them will be slightly spiky. Wow, this is already looking so terrifying, and I'm on the inside. Imagine how freaky this will look from the outside area. Oh my goodness, I cannot even imagine. Let's make sure we build this train eater worm teeth crazy looking. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Now we'll need to make sure we add more of them going slightly different directions. We've got to make sure these teeth look extra jagged. Otherwise, they would look really silly and just kind of like normal teeth, and the worm would look like just a regular polite guy. Okay, this is looking really cool. I think we'll take a look at it, and oh my gosh, that looks terrifying. Oh yeah, I've got a really good feeling about this. Now we need to make sure we add the same amount of teeth on the bottom side. Let's make sure the bottom side is a little bit flatter. That way it can still fit all the train going inside it. Otherwise, it would just not look like it works very well at all. Luckily, I've already thought about that, so I can make sure that the shape of the bottom of the train eater worm looks perfect. Here we go. Now we'll need to add some gums on the inside. Oh boy, this looks so gross. Ew, I could not imagine coming face to face with a real train eater worm. Luckily, we're still building it right now, and we have not set up Thomas the Tank Engine to be alive yet. But once we do, this will actually become a real, working, authentic train-eating worm. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe this worm is about to eat Thomas the Tank Engine. That is crazy. I've never seen a worm do that before, or anything do that before, really. I don't think Thomas the Tank Engine's ever been eaten before. Oh my gosh, poor Thomas. He is not about to have a very good day. Let's make sure we add teeth on the bottom, but the teeth on the bottom need to be a little bit flatter than the teeth on the top. They can still be kind of pointy, but we've got to make sure that we leave enough space for all of Thomas to go inside the train-eating worm. Otherwise, it would just look really silly and it would not look right. Okay, this is looking really good, but we need to make sure we add little holes, or at least very, very short teeth underneath where the train tracks would be. That's because the train eater worm's teeth have been worn down from years of eating trains. Oh my goodness, I think if I was eating trains, my teeth wouldn't look very good either. Okay, here we go. Let's add some more stairs like this. Oh yeah, that's looking absolutely terrifying. We can even make the train eater worm's teeth look a little bit chipped. Oh my goodness, hey, that's my name. Wow, I did not think my name would be used for something this terrifying, but I guess here we are. Oh my goodness, this is already looking really crazy and really freaky. I'm liking this a lot, actually. Even though it's so terrifying, I think it'll be the perfect amount of terrifying to totally scare Milo. Now we just need to make the final tooth over here, and oh my goodness, we've done it!
I've got the question.
Oh my gosh, Milo, what's your question?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what the train-eating worm sounds like.
Oh, that's actually a really good question. I think it can change the way it sounds. You know, it can actually mimic the sound of a train whistle to lure unsuspecting trains in.
What? I did not know that. That is actually so creepy. So does that mean it goes honk honk and choo choo?
Well, yeah, but that depends on what train it's trying to eat. Some trains have very famous noises or theme songs, so it can also play those to lure those trains in specifically.
What do you mean? Oh no! Does that mean the worm can even sing?
Yeah, it can sing, but it always sounds a little off and slightly creepy. It does not sound normal, so most people can tell when they're listening to a train-eating worm. Sadly, trains are not people, so trains really struggle to tell the difference, and a lot of the time, the train-eater worm gets them.
Oh, that's scary! I'm gonna have to try and think of a sound that my weird worm can make to the cake.
Oh my gosh, Milo, cakes don't make a sound. Your worm is not going to be able to make any sound to lure the cake in, although, Milo, it's not going to have to. It's a cake. Cakes can't exactly run away.
What if the cake eats the worm?
Okay, Milo, that would be crazy. Then you've made a worm-eating cake, and I think that would be even more terrifying, actually.
Well, maybe I'm gonna do it.
Oh my gosh, no, Milo, if you make it, that'll be so terrifying, you might actually stand a good chance to win. Oh no, I've got a really bad feeling about this. If I cannot finish making the inside of my train eater worm in time, you're gonna win, and I cannot have that. There is no way I'm allowing that to happen. I need to make sure I finish building these weird crimson warped wood bits. Then I can start adding the inside details, like even more eyes and the crazy man on the inside of the train eating worm. He's actually the conductor of the train eating worm, because in a little way, the train eating worm is kind of a train too. Oh my goodness, this is gonna look really scary. I'm so excited. Once I finish making the inside, it will be absolutely perfect. Then I just have to add the eyes and, well, one little secret that I'm not going to tell you, Milo. You're going to have to find out exactly what I'm going to make at the very end, because I cannot reveal it to you now. You'll copy me.
Well, I'm gonna figure it out somehow.
What? No, Milo, you cannot figure it out. Oh no, if you manage to figure out what I am doing before I can do it and show it to you while you're judging my build, you'll totally not find it scary because you'll be prepared for it.
Okay, well, that's what I'm gonna do. And also, I'm gonna think about cakes a lot.
Oh my gosh, Milo, yeah, I know you're gonna think about cakes a lot. That's kind of one of the reasons I have a really good feeling that I'm gonna win this competition. If you spend the whole time thinking about cake, you won't have any time to think about how you're gonna win.
The cakes are so yummy!
Yeah, I know they are, Milo, but there's nothing sweeter than the taste of victory. Oh my goodness, I just have to place these final few blocks and then it will look like the train eating worm's gums have been complete, and oh my goodness, I think they officially now have. Wow, this looks so terrifying. Oh my goodness, could you imagine being on a train and the train starts to be eaten by this thing? That would be terrifying, but we're still not done. We need to make the actual man inside the train eating worm. Oh boy, this could either go really good or really bad. We'll need to make sure we build him very accurately. And okay, the train eating worm kind of goes down like this. Oh my goodness, come on, we don't have a lot of time. Then he sort of goes towards the back with his legs. Okay, this is gonna look really good or really bad. It could go either way. We need to make sure we do everything in our power to make sure it looks really good and not absolutely terrible. Okay, this is starting to look good so far. Now we'll just need to make sure we add these other shapes like this. Okay, we've got to leave some room at the top because that is where the train eating worm man's head is gonna go. Wow, that is really difficult to say. Okay, this is looking pretty good. He also looks like he is leaning towards the front, ready to grab Thomas the Tank Engine at any moment. Oh my goodness, this would be so scary. I feel like I've had nightmares about this before. Luckily, the only person having nightmares about this is gonna be Milo. Oh my goodness, okay, this now looks really good. We need to do one extra thing though. There is one thing on the side of the train eating worm that we still haven't made. That is the train eating worm's eyes. Oh my goodness, the train eating worm has so many. We've got to add as many different eyes as we possibly can. There are also some really cool tricks we can do to make the eyes look like they're different sizes. This eye looks way bigger and this eye looks tiny. Then we're gonna have the smallest eye of all. Instead of an anvil in my inventory, I'm gonna grab a button because boom, we now have 3 different sizes of eyes. Now we need to make sure we add these all over the train eating worm. That way it'll look just as terrifying as it needs to. Oh my goodness, look at that. This looks perfect. Let's continue adding as many of these eyes as we possibly can. Some of them can be sticking out and some of them can be staying in. This looks really freaky. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to see Milo's reaction when he sees how terrifying this train eater worm looks. Oh my goodness. It is going to be absolutely priceless. Now, of course, we're definitely going to be willing to pay the price because we would do anything to see Milo freak out about this. Here we go. We'll add even more eyes up here on the very top. Oh my goodness. This looks really freaky. It looks so terrifying. And whoa, from the top, it looks even freakier. Oh my goodness. Let's make sure we add eyes all the way around because Milo was saying earlier, the train worm has 30 of them. That is so many eyes, and if we do not add 30 eyes to our train worm, we will be beaten by Milo's train worm, who will look even scarier. Even though Milo's train worm is a lot smaller than mine, we still need to make sure we don't leave any stone unturned, and we need to make sure we build everything we can to win this thing. If Milo wins this challenge, oh my gosh, I don't even know what I would do. I'd probably cry, and not from fear of Milo's train worm, because it looks so ridiculous, but out of shame. If I lose to Milo's silly looking train worm thing, wrong, I would be so embarrassed. I would never show my face again. And also, not to mention, Milo would literally build a house-eating worm next to my house. That would be so crazy. I can't believe Milo would even do that. A house-eating worm is insane. Unfortunately, Milo is also pretty insane too, so it is the exact sort of thing he would definitely do if he wins. Oh my goodness, we need to make sure that we win so that we don't lose our entire house to a house-eating worm. Why is that even a thing? I did not realize there was such thing as a house-eating worm, and I really wish I didn't realize. It's so terrifying to even think about. We've got to make sure our train-eating worm is so good that Milo doesn't even have the chance to build a house-eating worm. He's so terrified. He'll probably build a pants-pooping worm because that's what he's gonna do when he sees how terrifying this build is. Wow, we're almost done with making the eyes as well. This is gonna look great when we finish them because we're gonna make the inside a whole lot more terrifying. Oh my gosh, we need to remember that we still only have 5 minutes left. We need to do everything we can to hurry up. Otherwise, we'll lose when we run out of time. Okay, I'm gonna build 2 little eyes here. I'll have another eye going over to this side like that. Oh wow, this looks really freaky. I think these eyes are looking pretty good. They already look terrifying from any angle, and oh yeah, this is now looking perfect. Now, I think is the exact perfect time to make sure we add an even crazier parkour challenge inside of this worm. Now, we're gonna make sure we make this parkour even scarier by having little teeth that Milo will need to jump on to get through. Oh my goodness, these already look so freaky, but I think we need a reason for Milo to be doing this parkour. Of course, it's already terrifying, but if we make this the scariest parkour we've ever made, Milo will probably not even be able to beat it. He will declare me the winner just to be able to get out of the competition. That would be so funny. Then, of course, we would scare him even more by showing him Thomas the Tank Engine getting eaten by the train-eating worm. But of course, I think we need to add something at the very bottom of this parkour. Something that makes Milo even more scared while he's doing it. Right now, there's kind of nothing at the bottom, but if we add something at the bottom that'll make Milo so scared to do the parkour, he might even quit, I think we'll have a really good chance of winning. That's why, at the bottom here, I'm going to add a train-eating worm digestive system, where we won't actually build the guts and stuff. That would just be gross. But what we will build is a spinning teeth zone. That's right. If Milo falls down to the bottom of this train-eating worm, he will land on a bunch of spinning teeth. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. I've never made spinning teeth in a worm before, and why would I? That's something that nobody ever makes. Oh my goodness, are we going to be the first ever? I think we might. This is going to be a crazy experiment. I really hope this works, because if we can pull this off, we might have just made the scariest train-eating worm in all of history. Oh boy, this is so exciting. Here we go. Okay, I've made the outline. This train-eating worm spinny teeth bit needs to be perfectly circular. Otherwise, the teeth wouldn't really be able to spin very well. That would be really bad. The teeth would cut into the sides of the worm and it would probably eat itself alive. That is not what the worm is meant to do. It's not an eat itself alive worm. It's a train-eating worm. Okay, we've got to make sure we do this really good and really right. Now that I've outlined the area that I think the teeth should go, let's start placing down the actual teeth. Oh my goodness, these are going to look really scary when they start spinning. Let's also make some of them really long and super sharp. Oh my goodness, this already looks really freaky. I like this a lot, but oh my goodness. I wonder when Milo even became so obsessed with cake. We wouldn't even need to be doing this if Milo wasn't so obsessed with them, and I do not think those villagers working inside of his cake area are actually working there willingly. I think Milo might have trapped the villagers. Oh my gosh, poor villagers. If we win, we need to free those villagers from Milo's weird cake thing. I do not want those villagers to have to stay there longer than they need to. That would just be so mean. Milo really is obsessed with cake. I wonder when it all started. Oh my gosh, maybe this started last week. Milo was being really weird around those cakes, and I do not know why. It was so weird to see. Oh my goodness, I really hope that's not what started this whole thing. That would be so weird and embarrassing. We've got to snap Milo out of this. We've got to show Milo that cakes aren't even that cool. What's really cool is trains getting eaten by worms. It's a little odd and unconventional, but that's okay. It's still really cool looking, and Milo will definitely agree once he sees this build. It is so cool. It will definitely be cool enough to snap him out of his little cake trance. Oh yep, I've got a really good feeling about this. Now that we've added the 2 rows of teeth, we need to just fill the bottom with red concrete, and then we can start the spinning. Now, in order to make this thing actually spin, we're going to need to do a little bit of complicated stuff. We'll need to add a creative motor here, and then above it, we'll just add a mechanical bearing. We'll need to actually push this down slightly, because otherwise it will not exactly line up well. This is going to work really, really well. Okay, I think we managed to get this working. Now, if we just click this, then, oh my goodness, I think this should be working, and yes! Part of this train worm is now actually spinning, and oh my goodness, that looks so terrifying. Milo would know that if he falls down into there, he would actually get grinded up in the teeth, and oh my gosh, that's actually really crazy to look at. Let's make the parkour go all the way down, and oh my goodness, we can even add some crazy slime jumps or even some ladder jumps. There are so many different opportunities for what we can add. This could go really, really well. Oh my goodness, it looks like Milo will be jumping and climbing on the train eating worm's actual ribs. That is so terrifying. I bet Milo is really gonna have some opinions about this, and for once, I think I'd probably agree with him. This would look absolutely freaky. We'll also have crazy sections that Milo will need to jump across that look just like the man at the front of the mouth of the train eating worm. Oh my goodness, poor Milo. I almost feel bad for him, but I don't really feel that bad because I know that if he won, he would literally build a house eating worm. So I need to do everything I can to win to be scarier than him. Okay, this is looking really, really good. Then at the bottom of the parkour, we'll just have a little scary room. I wonder what we can put in the scary room. Hopefully some terrifying stuff. In order to get to it though, Milo will just have to go on another one of these little red things like this, and oh my gosh, this is getting so close to reaching the bottom of this train worm parkour section and touching the crazy spinning teeth. Oh my goodness. Maybe if Milo falls down, he'll have to go near the teeth and he'll need to run up these things in order to get out. Oh, poor Milo. He does not know what he's in for. Now we just need to make sure we add the parkour right to the bottom, and oh my goodness, this is so terrifying. We're so close to the train eating worm's teeth. This is crazy, but we're gonna need to add some other things that Milo finds scary. This is our last chance to add insanely scary things before we need to go and verse Milo in this competition. Now, I think this is looking really cool. We'll add some cobwebs because Milo absolutely hates spiders. It's one thing that he hates almost as much as he hates train eating worms. We'll add cobwebs down here because, oh boy, they look terrifying, and maybe we can even add some spikes. I would add netherite spikes, but I think iron spikes look even more like extra teeth inside the train worm. We're gonna add these to the parkour because if Milo touches the spikes, he's gonna take some serious damage. Oh my goodness, maybe we can turn these random tendril things into actual teeth chewing zones. Oh my goodness, Milo will need to be very, very careful walking across these that he does not get spiked. If he gets spiked on these, there will be no going back. He will take so much damage that he'll probably have to quit and I'll instantly win. Oh my goodness, this will also really, really scare Milo. Wow, he has no idea how hard we've been working on our insane inside of our train eater worm. He's going to have the shock of his life when he realizes what we've done. Oh boy, I almost feel a little bit bad for him, but then again, I really want to win this thing, and I've got a great feeling about this. This is a great decision, and it'll make sure that we definitely have a huge chance of winning. Let's add the final few spikes up here like that, and oh yeah, this is looking really, really good. We just need to add the spikes to this jumpy section up here like that, and oh my goodness, I think we might almost be done with the inside of this train eating worm. Now, we just need to make sure we keep a little thing in the back of our minds, making sure that at any moment, Thomas the Tank Engine is ready to come alive. But that's a secret. I don't exactly want Milo to find out how I'm going to do that, so I'll need to keep that secret very tight to my chest. Once it does happen though, Milo will absolutely be able to see this happening in real time. We just need to make sure we add a ladder to be able to leave the train eating worm once Milo does complete the parkour, that is. Okay, this parkour is looking pretty possible. It's going to be very difficult for sure, but I think it's still doable. Okay, I'm really, really excited. I cannot believe this. Now, at the very end here, I'm going to tell Milo that this is the scariest thing in the room. It's actually me inside of this. It's a mirror, but instead of showing Milo himself, it will show him me. That way, if Milo walks up to it, it'll look normal, but it'll look as if I am running up towards him. It will really scare him. Oh my goodness, poor Milo. That's such a good prank. Wow, I am so happy with my build right now, but I still do not know if it's enough to win this thing. Oh my goodness, and Milo, the time's running out. Oh my goodness, the time is up and we need to stop building.
Oh yeah, boy, time to show off my epic build.
Oh yeah, and time to show off mine.
Welcome to my build.
Oh, thanks, Milo. This is looking, very cakey.
Yeah, well, this is the train-eating worm, and this is the cake that it's trying to eat.
Oh my gosh, Milo, your train-eating worm looks very silly. There's dripstones and pufferfish, but wait a minute. Milo, who is this?
Well, this is the guy that's in the mouth.
Oh, okay, I guess that is true. The real train-eating worm does have a creepy guy in the mouth, and oh my gosh, Milo, is this a bedroom inside of the train-eating worm?
Yeah, this is his bedroom, and this is all that's inside. Isn't it pretty nice?
It honestly isn't bad. Good job, Milo. This is looking great, but I just have one really big question.
What's the question?
What is in here? And oh my goodness, it's a bakery.
It's a bakery! And I have hired very, very many villagers to work in my bakery to make the best cakes in the world!
Oh my gosh, Milo, you become some sort of cake overlord, and you do not understand that the train eater worm eats trains and not cakes.
This one eat cakes, and also the cake's gonna eat the train, and it's gonna be a crazy situation!
Oh my gosh, Milo, do these villagers even want to work here?
Yes, they do want to work here. Look, ask them.
Hi villagers, do you want to work here?
See, they said yes!
Milo, they're not even speaking, and wait, can they leave?
No!
Oh, okay, that's crazy. Milo, I'm pretty impressed with your build, but it's also very insane.
Yeah, but didn't I do such a good job?
You did do a pretty good job, but it's not perfect. So, Milo, do you want to hear my score?
Yeah, what do you score it?
I think I'm going to give your build a score of a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10! I'm actually pretty happy with that!
Oh, Milo, you're not going to be happy with it for long. Come and see my build.
Oh, man. Wait a second, is that Thomas?
Yeah, Milo, the train that I built to be eaten by the train eater worm is Thomas, the tank engine.
Oh, poor Thomas! He looks so scared!
Yeah, he does. He's absolutely terrified because right behind him is a giant train eater worm.
Oh, man, this is enormous! I cannot believe you actually built this, Chip!
I did, but Milo, if you come inside, he gets even scarier towards the bottom. Let's go.
Are you kidding me? This is insane!
Yeah, it totally is. And the most insane part is you need to parkour out of here.
Parkour! Chip, you know I hate the parkour!
I do, Milo, and I've also made it really terrifying. This is the scariest parkour I've made because I need this build to scare you in order to win.
I didn't know this is what was actually inside the train-eating worm. Oh, look at its crazy mouth!
Yeah, the mouth actually spins because it has rows of razor-sharp teeth. It's pretty terrifying.
I just fell down, but I didn't fall in the mouth. I need to be way more careful.
Yeah, Milo, if you fall into the train-eating worm's mouth, it is all over.
Oh gosh, I'm actually shaking in my boots.
Yeah, you totally should be. I've even added spikes and cobwebs because I know those are some of your biggest fears.
Okay, I gotta dodge around them. Oh man, wow!
Yeah, be very careful, Milo. They do lots of damage.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to dodge them and be really, really smart. Bum,
Whoa, Milo, come on, you got this, and oh my gosh, you're getting so many spikes.
Oh, I just want to do this fastly.
Yeah, Milo, you're almost halfway, except actually no, you're still really close to the bottom. You'll need to be very careful.
Your build is actually making me very scared of the train-eating worm.
Yeah, it totally is. Oh my goodness, it's good that it's working to scare you, Milo, because I'm trying to make you as scared as I possibly can.
Yeah, well, I didn't know you were gonna build something like this.
Oh, what, Milo? You should have expected it. I always go really, really crazy building scary things.
I have to get up to the top to save Thomas quickly.
Oh yeah, you might be too late, but I guess we'll find out about that soon.
Oh, poor Thomas. He's actually my favorite train.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I can't believe you didn't guess that I was building Thomas. He's such a famous train.
Well, I'm really up high right now, Chip.
Yeah, you better make sure you do not fall down into the spinning jaws at the bottom of the train-eating worm, though. That would still hurt.
I'm not gonna fall. I'm not gonna fall.
Good luck, Milo. You're almost at the top. Oh my goodness. You've almost reached a very scary part of this area.
Even more scary.
Yeah, even more scary. Okay, Milo, why don't you make your way towards the scary thing at the end here?
Wait a second. Ah!
It's you! Oh my goodness, I thought that mirror would show me, but it actually shows you.
That is so scary. Why can I see myself right now?
Yeah, that's my biggest fear. You're crazy scary sometimes.
Oh no, I just need to get away from it.
Yeah, you totally do. Oh my goodness, Milo, you're almost at the end.
Hey, that actually wasn't very funny that you made me look at myself like that.
Sorry, Milo. I did not mean to make you upset, but be very careful. These train tracks have hidden drops underneath them. You need to be very, very careful when you go up.
Okay, I'm gonna be really careful and wow, did I make it?
You made it through that drop, but careful, there's one coming up right now.
And I touched it!
Wow, good job. Oh my goodness, Milo, you were so close to reaching the end.
This train track is tripping me up.
Yeah, it is really trippy train tracks, and oh my gosh, Milo, come on, you're almost at the top.
Oh, Thomas, I don't want him to get eaten by the worm.
Yeah, he really might. Oh my goodness. Hey, Milo, I think you've made it to the top. Why don't you hop on Thomas the Tank Engine as a reward?
Yeah! Hey, Thomas, I'm your best friend. Let's go for a ride!
You get to be a conductor now, Milo, but I just need to place one final thing down.
Okay, I'm sitting in the seat.
Okay, Milo, get ready. I'm about to place down a lever, and it's going to have a really fun surprise for you and Thomas.
Okay, whatever you say.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm placing it down in 3, 2, 1, and activate!
Oh, Chip, why are we going backwards?
Oh, I don't know, Milo. No reason. You were just watching Thomas get eaten by the train-eating worm.
Why is it getting eaten? Let me out, let me out!
Oh my goodness, it's actually working.
Dad, what's the most terrifying thing that's ever happened? I can't believe you actually let me get eaten by the train-eating worm!
Oh my gosh, sorry, Milo, but I guess that was pretty terrifying, right?
It was pretty terrifying now that I think about it. I guess it's time for me to give you a score.
Oh my gosh, it totally is. I really hope it's scary enough to win.
I give your build 10 out of 10!
Hooray! I'm so happy that I won the challenge, and I even managed to scare you in the process.
You actually built the scariest thing ever. I can't believe it.
Neither can I.
Chip, can we just put all of this scary stuff behind us so we can go eat some cake?
Okay, Milo, we totally can.
Yeah!
Let's go!